Hey man, what's up? What's happening? You already know who it is and what it is. And welcome to another episode of Conversations with Q, a show about life, love, society, culture, entertainment, sports, and everything in between. And I'm your host, Nephew Q. And before I get into today's episode, I need everybody to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Conversations with Q, or download the podcast on all major podcast streaming platforms, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. Make sure you download Conversations with Q. But anyways, let's get into today's episode. In today's episode, I want to talk about the truth. And this one is titled, Does the Truth Always Set You Free? Now, I know some people have no problem with telling someone that, their breath stinks or they got a booger in their nose or their shoes are ugly. But, I want to go a little deeper than that. For the people, can you really handle the truth in a relationship, friendship, or whatever the case may be? Can you really handle the truth? Because I believe in society, we want and ask for the truth, but I think we only want the truth for our own selfish reasons. And what I mean by that is, before you ask for the truth, have you asked yourself, why do you want the truth? And what do you plan on doing with it once you've received it? Now, as a society, we've grown accustomed to hiding the truth, that we sometimes don't even know what it's like to be around someone who can actually handle the truth when we ask for it. Because in so many situations and times when somebody wants to know the truth, let's just be honest. We're oftentimes leery, feeling like the person that has ulterior motives as to want to know why, or to be quite honest, we just got caught up in some shit and, they want to know the truth. But can they really handle the truth, or do they really want to just know the truth of what it is? And let's keep it a buck. Women in relationships, if you know your man is cheating, right? You've caught him. You've did all your detective work, because you know how y'all do. You've done all your investigating. You've done whatever it is you can do to find out if your man is cheating. And you know without a doubt, 100%, this mother is sticking his in somebody else. And you ask him about it. Are you asking him for the truth because you want to know? And you ask him for the truth and he lies about it. Is he lying to protect your feelings? Is he lying just because he's a liar? Or is he lying because he knows deep down that he's wrong and you won't be able to handle the truth? So he would much rather lie. Would you want him to be truthful and say he's no longer attracted to you, your sex is lame, you don't do A, B, and C, and D? Same thing for the men out here. Let's not just keep it with the women. Let's for the men too. If you found out your old lady was cheating on you and you ask her why, do you want her to tell you the truth and say it's because your dick is small, you come too quick, or you've let your body go and she's no longer attracted to you? Can you handle that? Can you really handle the truth of why she's stepping out on you? And once you get that information, men, what are you going to do with it? What's the point of wanting to know? Is it so you can leave her? Is it so you can better the relationship? Same thing for women. When you catch your man cheating and you ask him about it and you're wanting to know the truth, is the truth so you can know where you lacked as a woman and why the relationship failed? Or do you just want to know just because you caught him in a lie and you want to see what he has to say and hope he tells the truth as to why he's cheating on you? And, that's why I said it brings me back to my original point. You have to ask yourself, why do you want to know the truth? Is it so you can leave your significant other? Is it just so you can know? Is it because you feel like you failed your partner and you want to know why they chose to cheat? And once you get that information, then what? What's next? Is your intent to know so you can break up? Is your intent to know so you can figure it out if you have a failed relationship and why you did? So what's the intent behind wanting to know the truth? That's why I said we do it for our own selfish reasons. But once we get that information, okay, what do we do with the information now? Right? Because let's keep it all the way a buck. We know so many people, men and women, who get in these relationships, either partner cheats or both partners are cheating and they stay together. So then why do you want to know why your partner is cheating? if you're going to just take that information and stay with the person anyways. Now, once you stay with the person, no judgment here. Are you with the person because you want to work on the relationship and both of you guys see where you have failed each other and you want to do right by each other? Or is it that you just want to know just for the sake of knowing, and then you get back with the person and y'all still on the same old bullshit? Because let's be honest, everybody who's listening to this audio right now, we all know people who are in bullshit ass relationships and all they do is cheat on each other and get back with each other. They cheat on each other, get mad at each other, make all these subliminal posts and messages on social media. And then 2-3 weeks later, they're right back with each other. So then what's the intent on wanting to know the truth if once you get that information, you don't even do shit with it? So why do you want somebody to be truthful to you? You might as well want them to lie to you because you're not going to do anything about the truth anyways, in a lot of cases, right? So does it honestly set you free, or does the truth really put you in a chokehold on your situation? And women, if a man is being honest with you, right? And women, if a man is being honest with you, is that you truly want you, man, it's crazy because fellas, can you handle your woman coming home and saying to you that there's this guy that she's attracted to and has been for a long time, and she wants to be upfront and honest with you instead of cheating? Man, can you handle that? And then men, once you get that information, what do you do with it? She's been upfront, she's been honest, she's been truthful, right? And she's telling you this because she feels like before she would rather tell you the truth about how she feels before she makes a situation even worse and goes and cheats on you. I mean, can you handle that situation? Are you okay with knowing that truth? Or would you rather her not even say anything to you about it, continue to lie to you about, nah, there's not nobody else, there's not another dude, and let her figure out what she needs to do first? Whether leave you and go with him or stop the relationship with the other guy and just still, just keep it with you, right? Do you want that? Or do you want her to tell you the truth about what she's really doing? And then once you get that information, man, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to stay with her? Are you going to try to figure out, what you can do to better the relationship? Are you just going to let her go? And then once you let her go, what if you felt like this was the woman for you? So she told you the truth. So did it really set you free? And I know some people are going to look at this and think, well, yeah, it set him free because now he no longer has to be with her. He can go find somebody else that's better for him. Yeah, that's true. But we all want the truth, but we just want our own version of it. And to piggyback off of that, a lot of us are dealing with relationship trauma and PTSD because someone was honest with us. So now, ironically, we don't trust anybody because somebody was upfront and honest with us about things. So in the back of our mind, subconsciously, we're always wondering if we're good enough because somebody was upfront and honest with us about something that was a flaw or whatever the case may be. So now we can't even, for the next relationship, for the next friendship, for the next whatever, we're always having our guard up because somebody told us the truth. So now we're always leery of, am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? Because you're always so nervous because you don't want to be told the truth again about where you're lacking. So you try to do everything great. So does that really set you free, or does that put you in a chokehold and and for people with anxiety, you already know how it feels, but to constantly be trying to prove yourself to your significant other or your friend or whoever the case may be because you don't want to be told the truth again. So you're trying to make sure you cover all bases. So does the truth really set you free? Does it? Now, I'm not saying for people not to tell the truth because, that's what we should do because it's the right thing. My whole point is, does it really set you free once you get that information and know it? And the truth is not even like lies are all around us. Look at social media. Lies all over the place, right? A lot of women, not all, but a lot, lie about what they look like on social media. BBLs, fake lashes, fake titties, pounds of makeup on their face to get a man's attention. And then when they receive the attention and the man makes their intentions known from the start that all they want from you is sex, 90%, a lot of y'all get mad at that. But I thought y'all want people to be honest with their intentions so they don't waste your time. So do you want a man to be upfront and tell you, hey, I just want sex? Or would you rather a man lie, manipulate, and cater to your, wants and needs just so he can smash, which was the original plan in place, and he really not care about your feelings? He's just doing all this just to get you. Or would you rather a man be upfront in your inbox and tell you, I just want to fuck. Man, you look good. I just want to do this and that and the third. But women get mad at that approach, but then turn around and say, I just want men to be honest. But when the men are being honest in your inboxes, you get mad at that approach, but then you'll settle for a guy who lies and manipulates you into getting what he wants from you. And now you're drawn to him. Now you falling for him like him. And he really doesn't. Sometimes it does work out where, both parties, end up getting together and it works out. But for a lot of these situations, it doesn't work out because the man is just giving a false representation of who he is just to get the woman, because he knows if he tells her the truth that he just wants to fuck, she's not going to go for that shit. So he has to lie, manipulate his way into the pussy. And then once he does that, the woman falls for him. He doesn't fall for her. And now you're dealing with a situation where she feels like the dude is acting different now, but really he's not acting different. He's just being who he really is. But he couldn't show you that at the beginning because he knows that if he would have told you that up front, you would have never given that man a chance. Is that what you want? Because like I said, we want the truth, right? We want the truth. So would you rather a man be in your inbox telling you the truth that he just wants to lie, that he just wants to smash? And now, yeah, I know it's annoying to have your inbox flooded with men who are thirsty for your looks, but at least they're being honest about why they're there. And yeah, I know I've heard it from multiple women, and it's all on social media when women post this. I know the dating pool has piss in it, got shit, COVID, the Ebola virus, SARS, anthrax, all of it. I give y'all women, I give y'all that. The dating pool is crap right now. But would you rather that man lie and manipulate just to get what he wants? Or would you rather that man be in your inbox telling you the truth about why he's really there? And then you can make the decision upon yourself whether to continue with the conversation because you know what he wants, or just ignore him, block him, leave him on red, whatever y'all do. It's all over social media. And then I ain't going to take up too much more of your time. I ain't going to hold y'all for too long. Excuse me. When you're telling someone the truth, what's your intentions on telling them the truth, right? Is it to inform someone of something they can do better? Or is it to degrade and hurt someone's feelings purposely? Because we all know people who want to only tell something out of spite and anger and bitterness, right? It's not coming from a place of pure I'm only telling this because I feel like this is best for you and you need to know, right? How can you tell somebody, like, for instance, well, I'll get to that in a second. and I asked that question about, is it to inform someone of something they can do better, or is it to degrade or hurt someone's feelings when you tell them the truth? I asked that because a lot of people are afraid to tell the truth because they don't want to hear some truthful shit said back to them in return that they can't handle. So they would rather pretend as if everything is fine when it really is not, for the sake of the relationship, marriage, or even friendship. Right? Because let's be honest, we're all adults. We've all been in situations where we've done a tit for tat. You say something to somebody, so what do? They say something to you back that digs a little deeper. So what do? You say something back to them that cuts a little deeper than what they say. And now all you guys are doing is just cutting each other deeper back and forth. Why? Because somebody decided to want to tell the truth. And the person who was reciprocating it couldn't handle it. So what they do is they say something back truthful and hurtful to you. And now all y'all doing is just saying hurtful shit back and forth to each other. Although it may be true, but now you're just saying hurtful shit back and forth to each other. And we've all been in those situations. That's why a lot of these situations, when a person says, oh, you can just tell me the truth, you can just be honest. The moment a person says that to you, the person who is receiving that information has to make a decision. Do I be totally upfront and honest with them and see where this potentially goes? Do I tell them just a little bit of the truth mixed in with a little bit of exaggeration just to appease them? Or do I just flat out lie about everything because I don't want this to turn? And that goes back to the trauma and the relationship PTSD, to where when you are with somebody who really and genuinely wants to know the truth for the sake of improvement of the relationship or friendship, you don't know how to really do that because you're afraid of what's going to happen next once you give that information to that person. And we've all been in that situation. So it makes it hard for the people who do genuinely want to know the truth for the sake of improvement. It makes it extremely hard for those people because they never get the full truth from the person that they're asking it from. Because we have so much relationship and trauma PTSD that we're afraid to tell the truth to our significant other sometimes. Right? Now, I know lying to your significant other is needed sometimes. Like if your significant other is pregnant, they ask you about how they look. You're not going to tell them, yeah, you look like a piece of shit. They're carrying a child. You're not going to tell, no. So it's appropriate to lie at sometimes, right? But when you're in a relationship and one party feels like that their body has been let go, whether it be the man, because men, we have dead body issues. Stop fronting like we don't. We do. So I'm not just going to put this all on women because men, we have body issues too. We like to pretend like we don't, but we do. But anyways, or if you feel like your manhood is a little smaller or a little smaller than average, don't act like there are men out there who ain't, insecure about that. So if a man puts himself out there and says, hey, baby, is my stuff satisfying you enough? A woman has a decision to make in that moment. Do I tell him the truth that the sex is not the best, or and tell him the truth and hurt his feelings? Or do I tell him, no, baby, it's fine. I'm okay. It's fine. You try to stroke his ego because you care and love him about him so much. You know what that can do to a man. So you rather not do that to him because you don't want to feel like you're destroying him. Although he asked you for the truth, you know what that could potentially do to that man. So does the truth really set you free? When you tell that man, yeah, baby, your dick is a little smaller than what I'm used to. And, it's kind of hard for me to get off on it. And sometimes during sex, I'm not really, can you handle a conversation like that? Ask yourself that. Before you ask a question of that magnitude, ask yourself beforehand, which, like I said in the beginning, can you handle what's about to come? And why do you want to know? Because once you get that information, it might be something that you can't do nothing with. For instance, like the example I just gave, a man can't do anything about getting his dick bigger, right? But if she loves that man, she'll put up with a smaller dick because of the love that she has for him. Now, I ain't saying it's got to be tiny, but it might be smaller than what she's used to. She'll deal with that because of all of everything else that you do so great. That one thing that you don't do so great, she may be able to overcome that. But can you live with that truth as a man? Because now you know the truth that's always going to be stuck in your head during sex. So can you handle that? And the reverse side for a woman, if you ask your man, baby, how do you like our sex? I feel like I don't please you good enough. Sometimes you lose erection during sex. I don't think you enjoy it as much. And if that man tells you the truth, oh, baby, your vagina stinks, it's too loose. It's a lot looser than what I've been used to. Or baby, after you've had the baby, it's not like it used to be. Things that you I don't have a vagina, so I don't know about this part. So excuse me for my ignorance on this, but it may be things that you can't do sexually to improve your body wise. So there's nothing that you can do, right? I don't know. If there's nothing you can do to make your vagina tighter, right? Or if you're, if you have a stench that's coming from down there, can you do anything to take care of that? That might be just something that you've been dealing with all your life. Or if you have small titties, but he's a titty man and, your titties turn him off because of how small they are. Or if you're dating an ass man and your ass is weird shaped, or if it's smaller than what he's used to, there's nothing, and you don't have no money for no BBLs. So you just have to sit there and take it. So now every time you have sex with that man, you got to wonder, shit, is my pussy smell good? Is it too loose for him? Damn, is he looking at my ass and getting turned off again? So does the truth really set you free once you get to know that information, right? But at the same time, Everybody all day long stresses the importance of, I want to know the truth. I want to know the truth. Just tell me I want to know the truth. Yeah, you want to know the truth as long as it's your own version of the truth that you're getting. But anyways, like I said, I ain't going to hold y'all up for too much time. I'm ready to get off here. Like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Conversations with Q. Download the podcast on all major podcast streaming platforms, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen. Also, if you want to email me any weird or crazy stories that you want me to give my take on, please email me at conversationswithq22@gmail.com. Or if you need some advice, or outside opinion, a different perspective of a situation that you're going through in life, please email me as well. And I'll make a show or episode and give you my take on that information that you've given me and give you my thoughts, views, and opinions and an outside, unbiased perspective on what you're going through. Shout out to the people who do email me situations and scenarios and things that they're going through, want some outside opinion and an outside perspective. Continue to keep emailing me that. Email me stories. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in for another episode of Conversations with Q. Check you out next time. Peace.